Google is offering free AI training and tools to U.S. small businesses so they can innovate in ways both big and small. Built by Google experts, the Google AI Professional Certificate equips small businesses with practical AI skills. Through hands-on projects, they can start using AI to get more done and unlock new opportunities for their business. This is a new era of American innovation. Find out more at grow.google/business.
This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video. Watch now.
This summer, say I do.
I am marrying a stranger.
Like never before.
Am I crazy?
It's a whole new Married at First Sight on Peacock.
Thank God I woke up in love.
With new experts.
My name is Dr. Lisa.
My name is Paul Brunson.
More couples.
This could be the start of a very successful marriage.
And more surprises.
Or maybe not.
Everything is just not enough.
You're a little bit crazy.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I want my fairy tale ending.
Married at First Sight, streaming July 12th, only on Peacock.
Conviction from my eyes to keep life from your despair. I'll do anything for meaning, to keep my head clear from things I hear. I put all my thoughts to bed. Open arms can be misleading. I drag the cross, I tie my nose, I kill the world to be with you. I walk the land of no return, I'm never turning back. I'll take your pain and kill the past. Nothing good will ever last. Hear my words, they speak the truth. There's nothing left to lose. When you're beaten down into the ground, I'll stand up in your defense. Take my life.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. It is Jay Scott. It is the Hook Rocks, the ultimate rock community podcast. Thanks for tuning in once again. Don't forget to write us a 5-star review when you're done listening to this episode. We always appreciate when you do. We are part of the Pantheon Podcast Network, a great network of music-related podcasts. So check out Pantheon Podcast at pantheonpodcast.com, where you can check out a whole bunch of music podcasts that can kind of fit into whatever you're into. A whole bunch of great stuff on that platform. Visit them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Pantheon Pods. And you can do the same on all three of those platforms. For the Hook Rocks, just search us up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And don't forget to set your app to automatic download wherever you podcast so you get the latest episodes right to your phone. We're approaching our 500th episode. We're approaching our 4-year anniversary. So there's a lot for you to take in. A lot of stuff from the past, a lot of stuff from the present. Some of the great episodes that we've had recently is we just had Josh Todd from Buck Cherry. We also did our live album review of the great Cheap Trick album at Budokan. We also welcomed Zach Amster from the band Abrams, great Colorado band, so check that out. We also welcome Rick Nielsen and Dax Nielsen from Cheap Trick, Richie Kotzer from the Winery Dogs, Kip Winger from the band Winger, and of course George Lynch came back for his 4th visit. Great conversation with him. Always fun to talk with George as well. And also a great new music spotlight too with Nashville recording artist Jax Hollow. She's gearing up to open up for Melissa Etheridge here at the Ryman Theater in Nashville. So check that out. But without further ado, we've got another great new music spotlight with a band that I recently came across and absolutely love their new song, which we'll talk about. This is going to be set here for release very shortly. And I've got Mitch Micoley from the band Moon Fever. What's happening, man? How are you?
And thanks for having me.
Thanks for doing this, man. I appreciate it. You're in Wisconsin now, so you're like right above where I'm at. I'm outside of Chicago. So
Yeah, dude, come by, bro. Like, we're down the street. You know what I mean?
The great thing about Wisconsin is no matter where you're at, you're 5 minutes away from beer and cheese at all
Always.
times.
You can get it on deck, man. We got it in spades out here, bro.
I mean, you can get it at gas stations. There's always like a little cheese shop in every gas station. You can get your Gouda, you can get your cheddar, you can get whatever you want.
Swiss, Gruyere, you know. I mean, we really did I did this podcast. We got to talk about all the cheeses, you know. Like, let's, you know, I'm in, you know.
What's your favorite cheese?
Favorite cheese out of all the cheese, man. You know, I can go with a good cheddar. I can go with if I'm feeling a little spicy Spanish, maybe a manchego. You know, it depends on the mood, really. You know,
Right. No, it does, man. What about your favorite Wisconsin beer?
Wisconsin beer. I'm a big fan of the Spotted Cow. I like a Spotted Cow. I like also a nice summer shandy in the summer. You know, a good little Midwestern beer. But you know, not trying to drink too much beer. You know, got to keep her trim for the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I love Spotted Cow. It's a great beer.
Yeah.
But I go with the old classics like Leinenkugel's and Point beer.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Point beer is very underrated.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Point beer has this pistachio ale.
Okay.
In the wintertime. And it's absolutely phenomenal to sit there with a bag of pistachios, drinking a pistachio ale in like the middle of February. There's nothing better when there's like 4 feet of snow on the ground and it's like minus 20. Just enjoy the moment.
Hey, man. Yeah.
So even though I'm from Chicago, I know my Wisconsin beer. I know my Wisconsin cheese. So, and of course, can't go wrong with brats. Although I prefer Italian sausage, you're about 10 minutes away from a brat at all times.
Yeah. Hey, also, I'm not mad at Italian sausage either. Obviously, a little more, you know, into a brat. You know, it's the homeland. You know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, we always start with the same first question, although we've had a couple already. But every time we have a first-time guest, we always ask what hooked them on rock and roll. And just like every rock song has a great hook that pulls you in, what was the band, album, performance, or song that hooked you on rock?
I got it. So it's so true. Everyone has the story, right? So for me, it was in high school, and I was already playing music, but I totally sucked. You know, I was just like, oh, this will get girls, whatever, right? And my friend Duke Norman gave me a burn CD. Date yourself, right? A burn CD of the Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street. And I was driving with my friends back, out through the country. I grew up in the middle of nowhere in Swamico. Through the country back to our house. And I remember I popped that in and I heard that riff come in. It's like, dun, 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 dun. It's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, that's it. That's what I'm doing for the rest of my life. I'm like, I want that for the rest of my life. I want nothing else. I don't care what it takes. I'm in, you know, like that's it.
It's such a great album. I mean, what a moment, you know?
Yeah. And then also so cool that they're like, had no money. They're like, let's just spend it on a castle in France, record a record. Hopefully it works out or whatever, you know, we'll just go to jail, you know, like so rock and roll. Yeah.
And they almost went to jail a couple times, right?
Yeah, they sure did.
That album, man, that whole period of the Stones in the 70s.
Oh, dude.
With Mick Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a phenomenal era. Exile Main Street, Sticky Fingers.
Sticky Fingers.
I love that era of that band so much more than any other period because it was so down and dirty rock and roll.
Yeah, it is literally it's my favorite Stones period without question. I actually saw, what was his name, Bobby, their old sax player. Me and my brother got to see him play with the Stones in Anaheim like 10 years ago before he died, and they did a ton of Exile stuff, and it was incredible.
Yeah, such a perfect album. I think my favorite song on that, if I remember correctly, is Lovin' Cup. Love that too.
Yeah, Lovin' Cup's amazing. Yeah, Torn and Frayed, bro. Sweet Black Angel. Oh my God. Yeah, dude.
Where did it go from there? You mentioned that that's what you wanted to do for the rest of your life. What about a performance that kind of brought it all together and saw someone perform on stage and kind of showed you how to do it? Like what to do when you're on stage?
Well, I mean, I've been seeing live bands since I was a kid, you know, like my parents always took us to live music when we were like little kids, you know. Um, I mean, I can tell you my favorite performance I've ever seen live without hesitation was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, in Pasadena. I think it was one of their last shows, but it was incredible. I was watching it, it was like, first of all, I was like, man, like every song you've ever written was a hit song. And then it was just, but like their performance, like it was perfect. It was insane. It blew my mind. I was like, I don't know how you get that good. You know what I mean?
You know, I was just having a conversation about Tom Petty with another artist a few days ago about the simplicity of Tom Petty and how people mistake simplicity for being easy to play.
Yeah. Oh, not at all.
Or easy to write, you know?
Yeah.
And my comment to that, and pretty much the standard response, is that, well, if it was so easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah, everyone would just write, Here Comes My Girl, right? Yeah. I think I personally I've always found it like, it's like to make it easy is really hard because it's like, for like good songwriting in my eyes, it's like you got to strip it down to only what needs to be there. Like if there's a thing that doesn't need to be there, it's like get rid of it. It's like it should be there. I don't know. There's like a real complexity in things that sound simple. You know what I mean? It's like very deliberate and like I don't know. I think more meaningful, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing.
Well, it even goes with AC/DC.
Yeah.
I know so many, you know, guitar players that say that's not easy to play.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so like decisive. It's like, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, get rid of your little frills. It's this, you know what I mean? Which I think is so sick.
And, you know, to have that patience or to have that discipline to let that space between the note and not feel like you have to play something in between.
Totally agree.
It's also difficult too for an artist to just step back and let the song be the song.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's great songwriting. You know what I mean? Like that's just, and I think like adding so much like space in music, it lets it breathe. It makes things more impactful. They come with a huge chorus. It's like, that's it, man.
Yeah. For you performing, you know, when you first started out doing music, what was that like for you? What was it like being in some of your first bands?
I mean, well, we sucked, but like, I mean, if we're talking like teenage bands, I mean, like, you know, it's like, oh, this is fun, you know what I mean? But like, even like some of my early 20s bands, like, I don't know, like, I got thrown into it pretty quick. Like when I moved to Los Angeles when I was 17, and I mean, I was doing club shows before I turned 21. Like I grew a beard and like, so I could be like, I look older so I can play like 21 and up clubs and shit. And I mean, it came pretty natural, you know, I mean, it's kind of like, it's how it is now. It's just like you do what the music kind of tells you to do, you know, like what the crowd is doing and you doing. It's just kind of like a dance, you know what I mean? Between what's happening on stage, you know, that's kind of how I've always looked at it.
How were you led into Moon Fever?
So Moon Fever, I formed a few years ago, different lineup. That lineup didn't end up working out. Creative differences, blah, 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 you know. So I ended up moving to Seattle. I went there and did a gig in the summertime and just fell in love with Seattle. And I was like, this is it. I'm moving here. And then luckily for me, I got hooked up with Dana, who owns El Corazon, which is like, you know, where like Pearl Jam started. Like, it's like, you know, 90s royalty club. And he got me a studio space above the club that I could turn into a studio. So I started doing that. And then I met up with Dave and Troy through Don, a mutual manager. They came in, instantly we're like, wow, like we're ripping right now. And then we held some auditions, had a couple people come in, try out, like, oh, okay, cool. And then when Tristan came in, it was like the first 10, by the way, he wrote lyrics to 6 songs and melodies in 3 days. Like he was prepared. And within the first like 10 seconds of the first song, we're like, this is it. This is the guy. Like, done. Cancel the other auditions. We're moving on. Like, so it's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, it happened very quickly. This new 2.0 of Moon Fever is just crushing. We're firing at all cylinders. It's a well-oiled machine right now. Very exciting.
What was that like for you moving from Wisconsin to Seattle?
Well, I originally actually moved when I was 17. I moved from Wisconsin to Los Angeles because I was like, oh, I'm going to go to LA. And, I'm a little like 17-year-old kid, but like, oh, I'm going to make it, I'm going to be a rock star. And it was hard. It was definitely a change of pace, but luckily I fell in with a lot of really cool musicians and, helped me navigate the local scene. Different. I'm happy to be in Seattle now as opposed to Los Angeles for sure. But, yeah, definitely different than farmland. You know what I mean? More concrete, I would say.
A lot more concrete.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, is there still a scene in Los Angeles? I know there's bands coming out of there, but I don't know. It seems like other areas, whether it's Seattle, Nashville, have more of a community these days than
Nashville. Most certainly has a great music community. I mean, again, I haven't lived there in a while, but I mean, the last time I was there, at least there used to be a very good scene like this Echo Park, Silver Lake kind of thing. There's like a lot of cool rock bands, very tight knit. People like, it was communal, And I mean, there's still some great bands coming out of like, Sunset Strip's got still that stuff going on, like, newer upcoming stuff, you know what I mean? But I mean, to me, I think the community in Seattle is closer to like what Nashville is. It's like a bunch of artists. Everyone's kind of helping each other. It's like, it's very cool. It's like very supportive, whereas LA I found to be less of that, maybe. I don't know. Not to say it's not good, but I think Seattle and Nashville, those scenes are like the scenes right now, I think. But that's me.
How did that move to Seattle, if it did at all, change your creative process, changed how you create?
Well, I think it changed the tonality maybe of what I write. Like, those gloomy end of the year, like where you don't see the sun for 3 months, definitely is bringing out a little bit more darker, gloomier kind of songs. But I think it's done tons for my writing. And plus, like when you're living above the El Coro zone, there's bands every night. So you're just writing, you're going, seeing, having some drinks, watching a random band. It's like, you're just immersed in it. It's cool.
The new song Sleep Forever is pretty powerful, pretty great song. Going into this process to write this, what was the change? What was going on within the band that led you, that you were able to create this song? Well,
I'll tell you this, they all kind of start the same way, right? It's weird. It's like a magic moment. This is what I've always said. It's like, it's less songwriting as it is just capturing like lightning in a bottle. It's like Paul McCartney said the same thing about like songwriting, where it's like, I don't really write songs. I just hear the thing and I try to record it when I hear it. And like, that's really how this one is. And that to me, that's always how the best songs are, is where literally this song was, I had a melody idea, some chords, literally grabbed my voice memos, was like, do, whatever, hum the little thing in, and then, you work it out. And you kind of you put it together like a puzzle, basically, and just kind of develop it. And then, I took it to, Jim Kaufman, and he's a big part of the production and, some of the writing and stuff. And you just kind of hammer it out until it works, basically, until it's like not something silly on a voice memo. That's an idea and, something that's a song, Is it a pretty collaborative process within the band when you're writing a song? Absolutely. Yeah. Right now, well, and like sometimes, like I'll bring something or Tristan will bring something or Dave will bring something. But right now, the new stuff we're writing right now, it's very collaborative. Like me and Dave, Gracious, we're writing a lot of the music together. Then, Tristan comes in, we all kind of collaborate on melodies and lyric ideas and stuff. But yeah, it's been very collaborative. Or sometimes it's just like we're running the set in the jam space and someone just plays a riff. I'm like, whoa, what's that? Let's develop it. And we just on the spot go through it, make it a song. It's cool. I love it. Everyone in this band is so talented. It's very cool. No egos. Everyone's just like, whatever serves the song, I don't care about what I'm doing and I don't need my spotlight. It's like what is best for what we're creating. It's very cool. It's very unique to have that. This is the first time I've had that in probably a long time. It's very cool.
I love this question. I recently had the producer and songwriter Scott Stevens on the podcast, and he's written for Hailstorm and Aaron Jones and Dorothy and a lot of other artists.
Yep.
And we talked about the song.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about what's the most important thing for a song. Is it the lyrics or is it the melody?
I mean, to me, it's really like it. I think it's the hook. I think it's the thing that whatever is about the song that just draws you into the song, I mean, but it could be either, really. Like, Let It Be. Those are pretty important lyrics. You know what I mean? But also, like, I don't know. It really could be either, depending on the song. I mean, I think a good song has a strong hook. Ideally, is below 3 minutes because I like them quick. I like Ramones, but strong hook, great melody that takes you somewhere. It starts you from one place, brings you somewhere else, brings you somewhere else, brings you somewhere else. Like, it should be a story, a little snaky story, and the lyrics should be something that makes you feel something. It's like, I think it's like, the song should just be a vessel to convey some emotion to the listener that, like, you feel, I feel, we're feeling things together. And it's like, that's, I think, kind of the most important part,
When you're creating a song and you're writing a song, you talked about feeling something. How do you guys separate what you need to do for the song versus what you're feeling? Or when you feel something from a song you're writing, you got it?
Yeah, I think it's kind of the same process. It's like you follow the song, like it kind of tells you what it wants, and you're like, you're feeling it and you hear something, you're like, oh, that's the thing. And like, that's really the process I've always found is like, you just kind of let the song dictate what you're doing. You know what I mean? And it kind of just figures itself out a little bit, I don't know if that, but it, I don't know, like you can hear it. Like if you hear something, you're like, damn, that is a powerful moment. You're like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like that's what needs to be there.
With the new song Sleep Forever and the other songs that you've done, when you are going in for a session and you're creating with the band, with yourself, whatever, how do you find the approach? Is it just something that you've been doing voice memos on? Is it something you hear in your head? Do you look for something specifically? How does that all encompass the journey of writing a tune?
It's kind of all of it, really. I mean, it does literally start from something I hear in my head, without question. But I think it's also a combination of like what you're listening to at the time. Like right now, I'm just like listening to like nothing but like Queens of the Stone Age, Royal Blood. The new Hives 2 singles are very sick. Like stuff like just like things I know, like I can like subconsciously, some of it will come out somewhere. You know what I mean? Because like it's just what I'm interested in right now. And I don't know. I think that's kind of maybe how it works. Like I don't know, because like sometimes it's like, I can be practicing or like working through a solo or something, and I can play something. I'm like, oh, that could be really cool for this part, or that could be if I take these notes and use them as chords, that could be a verse or a chorus. So it's like, it's always different, but I will say the best songs that you can ever have are the ones that come straight out of the ether, like a magic spell. You know what I mean? Those are the best to me. Those have always been the best songs.
Do you hear what you heard with the new song?
Yeah, totally. Oh, absolutely, without question, dude. Yeah. This one, and Getting Loud too. Like that's another one that I'm like, man, works. It just honestly, what we're doing as a record right now, like all the stuff we're putting out and writing, I'm very proud of. Very proud.
I think with this song for me is the song doesn't allow you to have an expectation of what is going to happen with it, which I think is really cool, right?
I love that.
You know, you kind of get a song within the first probably 10, 15 seconds. You kind of know what's going to happen, where it's going to go. And this one was kind of like it pivots in a couple places, which makes it really interesting. And I like also the simplicity in the background and the layer of the song too, as well.
Yeah, again, thank you, man. I do appreciate that. Again, yes, simplicity is key, dude. Keep it simple. Keep banging out them choruses, I guess. And I mean, you know, maybe a guitar solo on it, whatever, right?
Yeah. No, I think when you mentioned the Stones in the early part, and now when I go back and listen after this interview, it's going to make a lot more sense, right? Because
sure,
you do come from that, and you mentioned Tom Petty, the simplicity background, right? That you only put in a song what is needed.
Yeah, I will preach that's the day I die. I think that's what needs to be there, you know? Yeah, I think it's good. I don't know. It's like, again, I think it's impactful to have things that are just like straight to the point. Here's what needs to be there. That's the song, you know?
Have you guys performed this live yet?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've been speaking actually of Josh Todd. I think the first time we may have done it live was with them in Tucson. And I remember hearing it through an actual great like theater PA, and I was just like, whoa, like even that show, just hear, because I think it was maybe our first theater show, to be honest with you, this lineup. And I was like, whoa, we got something here, boys. You know what I mean? Pretty cool.
I love the excitement for it too, because you have to love what you do, and you have to love, you know, what you've accomplished and what you've created, and that's a lot of what goes into being successful. And, you know, being in this business for a while and creating for a while. And also now that you have people around you in the band that are kind of all moving in the same place.
Exactly.
That's important too. And that shows with the music. It shows with the songs.
Cool. Well, thank you, man. And it really does. I mean, yeah, man, I've always loved doing this. It's like, me and Tristan were like, what would we do if we didn't like do music? I'm like, I think like, I don't know, drywall, maybe prison, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't really have any skills outside of this, you know, but yeah, man, we all love it. It's just like this band now is like a singular cell just moving it together. It's crazy. We're a little organism, a little amoeba, you know, traveling the rock and roll waters.
How did that experience in Seattle, living above that club and hearing other bands and seeing other bands, help you?
Oh, it's inspiring. You know what I mean? Because like, there's times where, you know, like there's just like a random, like I'll be like playing or like working on something in the studio, and I'll like hear something, because you can hear everything through the floor. You know what I mean? So I'll be tracking or writing with like headphones on, and I'll hear something like, holy, I'm like, who's that? And I'm like, I gotta go down and check this band out. Like, take a break, you know, go and have a beer, watch this band. Or like sometimes like, because Elko gets, you know, bigger, you know, some of the bigger acts, and like, you know, I'd be like, hey Dana, can I like go see like whatever at Buck Cherry tonight, dude? You know what I mean? And you know, it's inspiring. It's like you're just seeing all this different music and all these different ideas and like sounds coming into your floorboards. It's very cool, you know.
Well, I also imagine too that it helps you evolve as a musician, that
Absolutely.
You're hearing different stuff all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it really does. Cause like you're hearing something, cause I'll hear something. I'm like, all right, I gotta figure out what this is. You know what I mean? I'll figure out the guitar. I'm like, okay, sick. I get you, dude. I get what that was. You know what I mean?
What is next for you guys with this single now? Is there plans for an album? Is there plans for like more releases over the next 12 months?
Yes. Yeah. There's going to be a bunch of some other single releases. There's going to be some shows coming up. We're doing Rockfest on the 12th, Soul Asylum, which is going to be pretty sick because that's like a throwback old Mitchie band that I'm like sick. Then we're doing some shows with Buck Cherry. We're also doing some shows. So if I can say this with Drowning Pool, I think I can say that with Drowning Pool. And then where we just booked Sturgis, which I'm very, very excited for. Like August 5th, we're doing Full Throttle Saloon too, which I'm like, oh my God, like, are we going to make it up alive? Hopefully, But yeah, so I'm pretty excited. But yeah, record in the future, singles, some probably more music videos, shows, doing the thing.
When you think of where the band's at and where you guys are headed, what excites you the most?
Right now it's really everything. I mean, like, I love touring. Like, the new material we're working on, I absolutely love. I'm excited for these releases coming up. It's a lot, man. Just the growth and seeing where we're going to end up. I mean, we're all very hardworking dudes, and, we put everything we have into it. And it's exciting to see where that's going to lead, because I have no idea. And that's also what's fucking sick about doing music. You don't really know. It's very exciting, but it is exciting.
Yeah. I mean, you who would have thought you'd be playing Sturgis, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, again, childhood moment where I'm like, okay, check that off the list. Sick,
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel, maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time? Or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast instead of doom scrolling? Smart move. Another smart move? Getting help from one of State Farm's 19,000 local agents when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
I think what's so cool about Sturgis, I've been to that area, not for Sturgis, but it's right next to Deadwood.
Yeah, Deadwood's sick.
Yeah, which is like this old mining town. I love the TV show Deadwood. And I think there's a spot on the main street where, who's the guy that was shot? Forget the cowboy that was shot.
I think you're talking.
Oh. Yeah, I can't think of the guy's name, but if you stand in a particular spot, like this is where they fired the gun that shot him and everything. So I just love that kind of history.
I would love to do that.
Maybe, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember either, but I know what you're talking about, because I was there one time, because someone was like, we were on tour or something. They're like, we gotta go to Deadwood. I think my dad called me. He's like, hey, you have to go to Deadwood. I'm like, what's Deadwood? He's like, trust me, just go. You're going to love it. They have casinos. And I'm like, done. It's like Cowboy Town casinos. I'm like, yeah, bro, of course I'm going to that.
How difficult is it for a band like Moon Fever to tour these days?
I mean, I would say now, I would say more now. I mean, I think rock is really coming back, and I think, there's a lot of up and coming bands that I've seen coming out, like, some of the homie bands and stuff, and it's on the upswing. And it's cool is, like, a lot of these bigger bands are giving newer bands like us a chance to go out on the road. It's it's awesome, because without that, I mean, it'd be hard to do this, very hard to do this.
Is there a challenge with everybody being on the road at the same time? Because everybody's kind of out touring.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, the rock fan base, to me, is the best fan base there is. It's like, if there are people where they're like, if I see a band that I know and I like on a Wednesday and another band I see and I love on a Thursday, they're going to go to both shows if they can. You know what I mean? Like, that's the rock crowd. That's, that's a sick fan base, dude. Yeah. Well, they're down.
Being almost 50, got a couple more years.
Sure.
I can't do the 3 shows in a row. Can't do it anymore. I can't, because then my hearing's just gone for the rest of the week.
Well, when we were out with Adelita's Way recently, which was a very fun, cool tour, which also love those guys. Also, shout out Buff Snakes. Otherwise, love those guys too. But we're out with them, and we had one stint where it was like 5 states, 5 shows in a row. And by that last 5th show, we were all like, okay, I need to change these clothes. I need to sleep for like at least a day. You know what I mean? So I feel it. I feel it, dude.
Yeah, no, like, who was it that I saw? Yeah, it was Iron Maiden.
Oh, well,
And
yeah.
I saw Priest, and then like about a week later, it was Maiden that was playing. I think it was, and
Yes.
Priest is like incredibly, insanely loud. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my God! Like I forgot how loud they are, and I'm walking out with my son, and I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was like walking next to an airplane, basically.
Yeah. I believe.
And then I see Maiden, and Maiden's just as loud. And I'm like, I can't do a show for like 2 weeks. I can't handle it. It's like my ears just don't recover as quickly as they once did, where I could just go, night after night. But man, that pre-show was like, I finally felt like I was old. I was like, man, is this too loud? I'm like, what's happening to me? What's happening to me?
Yeah, for sure.
But like, you mentioned rock fans. There is a loyalty. There is it does make them the best fan base, because they do come out and they do see shows, and they want to see live music. I know there's this big thing now with AI, and I know there's a big thing now with all this other stuff that happens on stage. But I think authenticity is really what a rock fan wants.
Dude, thanks for saying that, because I completely agree with you. I think, it's like, to be a rock band and to do it, it's like people want to see the real thing. People want to see someone go up there. It's like they wrote the music. It's all that magic thing. It's like comes from the stars, goes into you, perform it on stage. It's all real, and that's what's so cool. It's all honest. There's no BS with it.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it a true art form, right? I think when you look at rock music compared to other genres, the core is very authentic. It's very natural, and it's a natural relationship between the music and the fans.
Yeah.
And the smaller the piece gets that rock and roll has, the more art it becomes. And I think that when you talk about AI and you talk about tracking, that if that keeps going, then it loses its sense of art. It loses what it really separates itself from pop music and R&B and all this other stuff. Because at the end of the day, rock music is rooted in the blues, and there's nothing more simple. There's nothing more emotional and authentic than the blues.
Yep.
And you can't get the blues in pop music. You can't get it in rap music. You can't, it's strictly in rock and roll. And then when I hear, when I see a poll that, 60% of the musicians are okay with AI helping them create music,
I am so not. So
I'm like, what? No, that's not how it works.
Yeah. But you know what? I think like, I don't look at the audience as stupid. Like, I think an audience is going to know, it's going to feel, I think, something that's not authentic. You know what I mean? If like, they're going to feel like, if it's like, oh, cool, I'm coming to see the computer. It's like, no, dude, like, no one wants that. And like, if I was at a show and I could feel, I'm like, this is fake, I'd be like, I'm out. I wouldn't, like, why am I giving you my money? This is not what I paid for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you want the real thing, it's what the art is. Yeah.
I do think more audiences, though, are becoming, unfortunately, more accepting of tracks being played. There's a video, I forget who the pop star is, where she drops her mic during a performance, and then the voice is still going on the track.
Yeah.
And then she picks up the mic and people cheer. And it's like, what are you cheering about? Like, you're spending $200 on that ticket to whatever. God, who knows? 200 is on the cheap end. I'm like, you're not even seeing a live show.
Yeah. Well, and I think tracks play a place in some places. Let me make that clear. But what I like about a live show, a live rock show, is like, it's dangerous. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. It's like when we play, like, we don't have like choreographed moves or anything. It's like we go on, we're like, we don't know what we're gonna do. Like, let's see what happens. Like, maybe the drumstick is destroyed. I don't know. It might happen, you know?
When you
Maybe.
think of the bands, when you think of bands like the Stones and Zeppelin and Van Halen, that was what separated them, man. That danger, that you had no idea what was going to happen in that show.
Yeah, it's dangerous rock and roll, and that's what it's supposed to be, man. You know what I mean? I love it. Oh, thanks.
Do you feel like some artists feel the pressure of being too perfect live?
Oh, I definitely think so. Yeah, I definitely think so. And like, you know, obviously you always strive to be, you know, as best as you, well, it's really to give the best possible show you can to the audience, you know, whatever that takes. But I don't know. I mean, sometimes perfect isn't perfect. You know, I think people want, at least what I think is people want, you know, like they want someone to like, you know, break something by accident or whatever, like someone miss a note but catch it somewhere else. We had this one thing that we did in one of our songs on that Elitist Way tour where like we went into the second verse and me and Dave just stopped playing and I just was flipping him off and it was very funny. It's like, and I'm like, that's a mistake. But like at the time, I was just like, what's happening? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. It's like, it's kind of fun. I don't know, man.
On the other side of that question, do you think crowds, especially in a younger generation, are expecting perfection?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, well, I don't think so, really, because like if we're talking younger crowds, like I like live streamed like the Coachella that was out, and like you know, and it was all track. You know what I mean? And but people were messing up things, and people were like, "Oh my God, it's this person that I know from TikTok or Instagram or whatever." And I think it's maybe more like that, but I mean, I don't know, you know, I mean, I would say like we had a few Elko shows that were like an all ages shows. So we had like a younger crowd and like we ran it no track, nothing. We just kind of were like, whatever. It was like a last minute show. So we just brought our gear down stage. I think it was for Powerman 5000 actually. And there was like a lot of younger people there, and I'm like, they're getting after it. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, it's working with the kids. You know what I mean? But like, we were messing things up. So, I mean, hopefully they're cool with it.
Yeah, because it just seems to be kind of like for me, the way I look at it, it's like a domino effect, right? Where you see one artist do something and then you see a response, and then artists have to feel like they have to be at that level, even though it may not be at an authentic level. And I think some, you know, maybe not so much in rock and roll, but maybe in other genres, people are expecting it to be exactly the same like it is on the album.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you want it to I always think it's like, I want the live performance to like basically enhance the album. Like the album's always going to be the album. Like, and you're going to get the album, but you're going to get more than that with a live show, you know, because you're going to get, you know, it's going to sound fairly close to the album, but like, you know, also it's like, there's that, again, it's like that showmanship and that kind of like relationship between the audience and the person on stage. And like, you know, it's like a dance, you know, it's like the album's going to be there. It's going to be happening, but like, I'm going to be doing things with you. You do things with me. It's just kind of like this little, like, you know, thing. I don't know. Like I'm probably going to jump off the monitor. You know what I mean? Probably.
How often do you hear a song live that you've been listening to on the album and the song feels so elevated that when you go back and listen to it in your car or wherever, you're hearing the song on the album, but you're hearing the performance of the song?
Oh,
and that like is the true like meaning of live music, that it enhances it. It just turns the song up on steroids, and that's really what you want.
Oh, absolutely, man. Like the one time I went and saw Iggy Pop at the Palladium, and like he was doing like Lust for Life and like, you know, Passenger, Search and Destroy. And after I saw him do that, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, like that's it. Like, you know what I mean? And again, like he was doing Search and Destroy. It was the record, but also he was like, hey, he's like, you know, screw the barricade. Everyone just come up on stage. I don't give a shit. He was like running around. I'm like, that's it. That's it, man. You know what I mean? Like, insane.
There's just something about a live performance that, you know, a lot of people ask the question, why aren't young people getting in rock and roll as much as previous generations? And I always say, just take your kid to a rock show.
Absolutely.
it's like nothing else on the planet.
It's solely itself, man. But I do think, again, like I will say, I do think there is a younger generation of people turned on to rock and roll. Like I feel like how people are dressing on like Instagram and stuff, and I'm like, dude, you're like doing this '90s thing. I'm like, hell yeah, come to the shows. You're gonna love it,
Yeah. I think it's because it's not at the forefront like it used to be. Young people have a lot more work to do to find it. But I think once they find it, I took my son to his first rock show when he was 5.
Yeah.
And he's been into rock and roll ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something about being at the show where you see the crowd singing along or cheering and screaming and going crazy, and you see the band on stage having a good time. It's like you want to be a part of that. You want to keep experience that. It's like it is like a drug.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah, it's unique. It's unique to itself. You know what I mean?
So that's what I always say, when parents are like, well, my kid can't get into rock and roll. I go take him to a show. And you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on tickets at a big place. Take them to an all ages show at a capacity place. And
sometimes, honestly, those are some of the funnest shows. Like we did this last round, we did Dingbats in Jersey. And I mean, Dingbats is a small club, like 150, 200 cap. And it's like tiny stage, tiny little sweaty room, like so hot. Like the room is crazy hot, but like it's like slam packed. And I'm like, this is it. Like these dirty, grimy little punk shows. I'm like, I love that. I absolutely love those shows. So I'm saying I don't love playing theaters and, stuff too, but those ones are always very fun because you're like, I can go completely insane here. That's how I'm going to get the crowd. You know what I mean?
I took my son to see the Rancateurs at the Rave in Milwaukee. And it was the middle of summer, and that place is hot. Like, because it's an old theater, so the ventilation is not the best, and no matter how many AC units you put in there, it's not going to work properly because it's just an old building with old architecture. So it was hot, and we were both sweating during the show. And they came on, and we got done. We walked out, and we were dripping with sweat. And I turned to my son. I go, "That's how it's done."
Yeah.
He's like, "What do you mean?" I go, They took the crowd by the throat from the first note, and they didn't let go the whole performance. And the energy of the crowd with the band was so top notch because everybody was in it, because everybody had to put their phone in a pouch. So everybody was physically and mentally present. It was awesome. It was incredible.
Yeah. That is how it is done, dude. That's what you try to do every night, if you can. Yeah.
So this song "Sleep Forever" comes out, and then what can fans expect after that?
Hey, catch us on the road this summer. Dates with Buck Cherry Drowning Pool. We have a festival, the Rock Fest in Cadott on July 12th, which you can find on our social medias and our website and wherever you get your Moon Fever news. Yeah.
Well, Mitch, it's been a blast talking with you, man. Thank you for doing this.
Dude, you too, man. This is a very fun podcast. Thanks for having me, man.
Awesome. Everyone, that is Mitch from the band Moon Fever. Go listen to their new single, "Sleep Forever," wherever you stream. It is a great tune. I promise you will like it. I completely enjoyed it. And you can get it on Spotify, Apple, any streaming service. Go see them out on the road. Go visit them on their website and social media. The links for all those will be in the show notes. So check that out. Once again, I am Jay Scott. This is the Hook Rocks, the ultimate rock community podcast. Take care, everyone. Talk soon.
Wanna know if my boots are strapped up.
kids, summer isn't just time off. It's time spent building confidence and curiosity. But when school meals pause, millions of kids lose access to the food they count on during the school year. As a neighbor-led network, Feeding America is deeply rooted in every community, ensuring summer meals continue nourishing growth and potential. Your support puts healthy food within reach, fueling the future for kids and their families. Give now at feedingamerica.org/summerhunger.
This summer at Wolf Trap, Lizzo, Josh Groban, Erykah Badu, John Batiste, Tedeschi Trucks Band, James Taylor, and many more. Tickets on sale now at wolftrap.org.
The right window treatments change everything. Your sleep, your privacy, the way every room looks and feels. At Blinds.com, we've spent 30 years making it surprisingly simple to get exactly what your home needs. We've covered over 25 million windows and have 50,000 five-star reviews to prove we deliver. Whether you DIY it or want a pro to handle everything from measure to install, we have you covered. Real design professionals, free samples, zero pressure. Right now, get up to 45% off site-wide, plus get a free professional measure at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions apply.